Hey guys, it's me, Christy Lee. Welcome back to the plant room. I know it's been a while and I'm so sorry. Been very preoccupied with my outside garden, but today we're doing maintenance on my big terrarium. So I've just opened it up. I've been noticing a lot of death and decay in here over the last few weeks. So I just want to get in here and kind of clean it up a bit so that it can continue to bring me joy, because when I walk in and see all the death, well, there's also life, which is pretty cool, it makes me sad. And if it's something fungal or bacterial, I don't want it to spread. So I need to find my peroxide so I can spray it down, make sure that there's nothing going on. Yeah, I'm just gonna get in here and pull out all this dead stuff, trim stuff back, and then we'll see where we need to go from there. So the first thing I'm gonna do is clean off my pruning shears with some rubbing alcohol. I've been in the garden pruning things, and not that any of those plants are really sick, but just in case, we're gonna make sure these are nice and sanitized. And then I'm just gonna start trimming away and pulling out all the bad stuff. Unfortunately, my monstera finally started growing, and it's got diseased or bugs, I'm not sure which, but the leaves are looking like this. So if any of you guys maybe recognize what this might be, always appreciate any info. I'm still learning a lot, so alright, I've cut most of the dead out. Now what I'm going to do is re-sanitize my shears, sanitize my hands, and there are some plants in here that are in pots that have rooted. I think I'm going to pull them out of the pots and allow them to root into the sphagnum moss. Maybe do some reorganizing. We'll see. Talking a big game right here. Don't know if any of that will actually happen. I'm really nervous that doing any of this is just going to wipe out the entire terrarium. Like I said, if this is fungal or bacteria, even if my hand barely touched it and I touched another plant, it'll spread, and it could potentially take everything out, which would really suck, because this was doing really well. It was really beautiful before all this started. I'm going to show you an example. If you can see in here, but I had my Monstera Peru cuttings in here, and they were doing great until I stuck my hand in there. This is, well, that's a weed there. My Hoya Hindu rope I stuck in here because it wasn't growing, and since putting it in there, it has put off a little shoot, but that took a long time, a very long time to get that. This is one of my alocasia propagations, and I was having such a hard time keeping them alive that I decided to stick one in there, and it's doing pretty good, but I want to get it out of the pot. And goodness gracious. Okay. Alright, my big Monstera deliciosa cutting. It keeps getting sick, but it's sending out massive roots, so I'm going to take that out of the pot as well. Here's my frosted peperomia. It's doing pretty good. It's got some dead leaves I want to clean off. My peperomia keto, not doing so great, but I think a lot of that has to do with where he's at in the terrarium. He's getting too much moisture from the other plants, I think, but his soil is drying out. Now, I could be totally wrong, but we've got some rot and stuff going on, so we're going to try to fix that. Almost forgot this one. This is what kind of, I don't remember what type of peperomia this one is, but it's doing a lot better than the others. One of my pothos had rooted into its pot. Maybe it likes that side of the tank, maybe it's just less crowded, I don't know, but look how beautiful. So a lot of these peperomia leaves can be propagated, so I'm not going to throw those out. Here's another alocasia that is rooted. This is one I actually grew myself from a corm from the wild alocasia growing out here. And it's in this tiny little pot, so we're gonna get that guy out of there too. Now these things can get massive. The ones that grow outside, the leaves are as big as my body. Alright, so I've got everything out that I was going to take out from what I can see. I've got some peroxide and water mixed up in this. I'm just going to spray it in there. There's no guarantee that'll work, but it's better than not trying anything. I'll wipe the glass for you guys real quick. Oops. You know, I was just thinking about that bottle was fungicide before I put the peroxide in there. And I've got mushrooms that grow in here, which is a good sign. But if I spray fungicide, that's going to kill them. Kill off the mycelium, which is really beneficial. So maybe I should have thought about that a little more before I did that. Alright, let's get this guy in here. Look at that. I'm going to put him in the back. Just put a little hole in the moss where I want to stick his roots down into. Let him do his thing. Now part of me wants to leave these guys in their pots. I just feel like it's, I don't know, I feel like I would have to deconstruct the whole thing, take it all apart and start all over again if I actually wanted to plant these guys. I mean, some of them, like in the front, will be easier, but also being able to just pull them out when I need to is kind of nice. I think I'm going to leave this guy in his pot because he has no roots coming out the bottom, and he seemed to be pretty happy where he was. I'm going to go ahead and take my Deliciosa out of the pot. He is rooting pretty strongly out of here. And just put his whole soil plug, if I can, in that corner, which is what I did with this begonia here. I didn't take that out of the soil it was in. I just plug the whole soil plug right in there. Let's see if I can get this guy out. Maybe this little guy, which you didn't see me pull out, I found him hiding with his little tiny roots. I'm just gonna plop him in. My other peperomias, I think I am gonna take out of their pots. I'm gonna pull off all these, well, thought they were dead leaves, but it seems as if they're just fading leaves, because they're not falling off when I touch them. So well, we'll just leave it alone then. I'm gonna move my little jar of water. I put this in here because there's a frog, or there was a frog that was living in here, and I always worried that he could be thirsty, so I wanted to make sure he had water. But I haven't seen him in, I don't know, a couple weeks. I need to move this dinosaur a little bit, give myself a little more room. Try not to crush the plants that are here. There we go. This one definitely has some rot on it. It was such a beautiful full plant when I brought it home. I struggled a lot since being here, just trying to figure out exactly what it likes. It doesn't like being too dried out. It doesn't like being too wet. So I'm gonna put it in the front so I can keep a better eye on it, I think. Oh, I'm breaking off all kinds of stems. Oh, well. I'm not seeing any roots, and there's bugs in the soil. There's hardly any roots, and I think the roots look pretty much dead. So I'm going to pop this down like that, and hopefully they'll want to grow into the sphagnum moss. And then my little Hindu rope, I'm just going to keep that in its pot and put it back where I had it. Okay, there's that. Now let's see, all these peperomia and begonia leaves that I pulled out of here. I'm gonna make a little slice into the veins and then lay them on the sphagnum moss and see if I can get them to root for me, because why not? All right, where'd my cutters go? I need them to slicey slice. You're supposed to use the healthiest leaves, but I'm gonna use what I have. So supposedly with begonia leaves like this, and let's find a better looking one. I guess this guy. This, you can just slice along their veins. And it's supposed to encourage them to grow. I'm gonna cut some more of this off right there. Let's see if it works. This one. Now I don't know if there's just like a technique you're supposed to like slice all the way down the vein or what, but I'm just gonna do my best and see what happens. Now for the peperomia, I think you pretty much do the same thing. Know that peperomia can root from the stem as well, but I'm just gonna try doing the same thing. And I guess, I guess we'll see in a few weeks or months, I don't know, if it actually worked. And then this guy here is my Chameleon ZZ. Oh, can't find the lens. What you call it? Propagation. And I have another one in here, but I don't know where it's at and I don't see it, so stuck in the tube. It took a little bit of effort, but we got him out. I'm just gonna stick him down in the moss somewhere in the front so I can keep an eye on him, because the other one, like I said, I have no idea what I did with. And I'd like to see if this guy begins to develop, so I'll stick him right under that dinosaur. Try to keep an eye on him. Okay, well, I can't say that it looks a whole lot better, to be honest. Look, I've got a variegated peace lily pup right there. It's taking its sweet time growing, and this rainbow vine has been incredible. So I had this for a while before I put it in here, and it was doing absolutely nothing. So I stuck it in here, and it has gone crazy. It's everywhere. It's climbing, it's trailing, it's pushing through everybody else. So that's pretty cool. And then this orchid was given to me. My boss lady at work gave it to me because she said it was dying, but it hasn't died yet. It hasn't bloomed again, but it hasn't died yet. It's really not looking as pretty as it was. It actually looks quite bare for some reason. I don't know, but hopefully it'll fill back out. Hopefully I can get it looking nice again. And I've got a huge mess to clean up. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. It's just a little maintenance, and I figured I'd bring you guys along since I haven't done a video in a while. So thanks for hanging out with me in the plant room today, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye guys. Oh wait, before you go, let's do an update on these little guys. Not a whole lot of change. There's a lot more stems. There's a lot of little babies in there. I should probably put it in the big terrarium, but I'm not gonna. And this guy, yeah, kind of look the same. Not a ton of growth, I don't think. You guys be the judge. But they're alive. Alright, that's it. Bye.